Today, the Senate starts their hearing, right? There's been this House hearing that has devolved into the Russian connection in our election. And the House hearing has devolved into this kind of clown show of people slinging mud at each other. Adam Schiff on the Democrat side and Devin Nunes on the other side. And the reason is they don't want to really investigate whether the Russians tampered a little bit with our election, which they obviously did. They've been doing it forever. We've been tampering with elections too. I mean, I don't want to sound like too much like Donald Trump, but we tamper with elections too. And they've been tampering with our elections at least since the 60s, when the Soviets were, most of the older people complaining about the Russians were tools of the Soviets back in the 70s, because they have these peace movements and all that stuff that the Soviets were funding and infiltrating. And so, half the college professors teaching in America were tools, unwitting tools of the Soviets. But let's just talk about what's happened, just to talk about what's happening today. Now the senators are going forward, and the senators, the whole thing is the House is supposed to be where the kids have this sandbox and they yell at each other, but the senators are supposed to be the grown-ups in the room. So they're saying, we are going to be completely, we're just going to investigate the Russian infiltration in the elections, and we're going to be completely objective. So here are the two senators, Richard, just so I'd have their names. It is Richard Burr and Mark Warner. Mark Warner is the Democrat, Richard Burr is the Republican. And of course, NPR asked Richard Burr, who is part of Trump's transition team, if he can be objective.
Having served as an advisor on the Trump campaign, can you say hand over heart that you can oversee an impartial and serious investigation?
Absolutely. I'll do something I've never done. I'll admit that I voted for him. We always hide who we vote for. That's part of the democratic process. But I've got a job in the United States Senate, and I take that job extremely serious. It overrides any personal beliefs that I have or loyalties that I might have. Mark and I might look at politics differently. We don't look at the responsibilities we have on the committee differently, and that's to earn the trust and the respect of the intelligence community so they feel open and good about sharing information with us, because that enables us to do our oversight job that much better.
And let me just look back. I have confidence in Richard Burr that we, together with the members of our committee, are going to get to the bottom of this.
So everybody's been saying, get to the bottom of this. This has become like a mantra on this. But meanwhile, there is no evidence. There's no evidence that the Trump team in any meaningful way colluded with the Russians to overturn the election. I personally don't believe that the Russians could have any way, that Vladimir Putin could have had any way of knowing that Trump was going to win, that Trump had any capability of winning. Nobody knew that. Nobody knew that. I mean, a few people knew, but certainly not Vladimir Putin. So what he was really trying to do was undermine the credibility of Hillary Clinton. He didn't like Hillary, so he was trying to make her look bad by releasing, DNC emails or whatever they were doing. But I don't think he was trying to get Trump to win. I don't think he thought that was possible. Nobody thought it was possible.